I went to NFL.com, and listen, we all know how this works, right? By the way, happy Football Friday. Playoff Football Friday. Hopefully we're back on a Victory Monday. Jeremy and Joe, Owen, and Alt Joe are here as well. So go to NFL.com. NFL playoff picks, score predictions, and matchup analysis from every wild card round. There are 4 people that made picks at NFL.com. They picked all the games, 5 people. And, Rams, Panthers, everybody picks the Rams. Bears, Packers, it's 4 Bears to 1 Packers.
Okay.
And the next game up is Bills. And as I'm scrolling down, I'm thinking in my head, you know how this works, right? Like, you simultaneously want people to pick against you, because when that happens, you get to be like, that's right, doubt us.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pick against us. But then at the same time, when everybody picks against you, you're thinking like, you're disrespected and this is terrible. How dare you not respect us? So you like it and you don't like it. So I scroll down. There are 5 people that put this article together at NFL.com. And how many Jaguars logos are across of the 5?
3.
5.
5 for 5?
I kind of gasped. Right as we're coming back, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Cool. Let me see what they got. 5 Jags picks. The Jags are underdogs.
Yeah, right, they are.
I mean, maybe it's a pick 'em now, and it's very close.
No, it's back to oh, no, I guess it is still pick 'em, yeah.
The group also 5 for 5 picks the Eagles.
Yeah.
5 for 5 picks the Texans. So Eagles, Texans, Rams, Jags, unanimous at NFL.com. I mean, I want to, don't you, anytime you see that, we are conditioned to think of old takes exposed and screenshot that. The Bills' social media manager, it's NFL.com if you want to grab that.
And you better bet if they win in that the crazy TikTok videos they do after the game, like that screenshot will make an appearance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
TJ Hushmanzada saying the Jags are about to give the Bills hell.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Who is really out there right now saying the Bills, the Bills got this?
That's not like in
maybe,
Buffalo
maybe
or a
even
Bills
easily.
fan?
Yeah, right. Like not, because I'm not hearing.
I don't see it much.
I mean, that the Hushmanzada one stands out a little bit too. Like, I'm not hearing much of, the Jaguars are just going to walk in and dominate the Bills. I'm not hearing much of that either. I'm hearing a lot of, this is going to come down. Like, honestly, a lot of the picks I've heard are these 2 teams. Like, I don't want to make a pick, so I'm just going to go with the team that has the better kicker. Honestly. Yeah. Like, need a tiebreaker somewhere. That's kind of how I think. That's kind of where I'm at right now with this game. Like, I think it's strength on strength. It's weakness against weakness. Like, they just kind of fit together as opponents. And for that, I don't know which strength will win. Will the Bills' run game beat the Jags' run defense? What will win between the Bills' run defense, which is poor, and the Jags' run offense that is poor? Like, there are certain battles. The Bills' pass defense this year has been very good, but the Jags are the hottest pass offense in the league. Like, what wins there? All the strength on strength battles and weakness on weakness battles. It's tough to predict because you don't know which side is going to rule. It wouldn't be surprising on either side. If the Bills had trouble running on Sunday, wouldn't be surprising. I also don't know they'd be surprised if the Bills ran all over them. So I think that makes this game tough, which is why it should be as close a spread or as close a pick, I think, as any game this weekend. So 5 for 5 is nuts then.
5 for 5. I mean, everybody picks close games. Nobody ever does. It's 4 points, 2 points, 1 point, 4 points, 3 points. Like, nobody ever in the NFL really picks like 37-10. You don't get in the prediction
game. You might for Panthers Rams.
Maybe. 803-0550 and 1-888-550-2550. The thing about the run defense, now I'm going to just keep getting here, the Bills don't get beat in the playoffs on the ground. They never do. Mm-hmm. In fact, they get beat by teams that don't run it well. The Chiefs are very rarely a good run team, and that's the team that's taken them out in the playoffs. The Bengals, when they won the game here, they won it because Joe Burrow built a lead in the passing game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mixon went for 100 on like 25 carries in that game. Maybe 20. Nothing crazy. They don't get beat in the run game in the playoffs. So run defense is a fatal flaw. One thing, you hear this term sometimes, the Bills are a run funnel in that they want you to run the ball. They're a very good pass defense, and they want you to run. It's kind of funny because the philosophy of the defense for a long time with Sean McDermott has been run on us. Mm-hmm. Running has limited returns.
Right.
You'll make a mistake. You'll need longer drives. There'll be a holding penalty. Then we get you in a passing situation, and that's when you might be in some trouble. And even though they can't exactly get after the passer too well, they've mixed things up. They've blitzed effectively. So they want to run funnel. They want to try and convince Jacksonville to run the ball. Anytime I hear a Jags fan saying, like, oh, we're going to run all over that team, I think that's what the Bills would actually prefer. They're going to ask you to run.
Yeah.
We'll see if they do. If the Bills bring their A game in pass defense, they'll win this game. That's what I think. No Max Hairston, okay. We'll see if Trey White's up to the task of Parker Washington, if he ends up on Parker Washington, or if he's going to be on Jacoby Myers, who plays a lot in the slot, and that could be Taron Johnson. Like,
yeah, they move their guys around.
Those two matchups could be tough. They could be tough.
Yeah.
803-0550. Alex in Buffalo. Alex, good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
Sure. Just wanted to discuss, I know you guys have been talking a lot about Josh Allen, and I think yesterday you guys were talking about how, obviously, he can scramble and take a 16-yard sack at any point. I think everyone in Buffalo, obviously, is kind of prepared for that. I think at the end of the day, you got to ride with Josh through the highs and the lows. But him reflecting and taking, a look at his entire season right before a playoff game, I don't know if that was kind of the best thing at that point. I think, once he gets in his head mentally, he starts to make maybe not the best decisions, maybe starts to second-guess himself. And at this point, I just kind of want Josh to be Josh and to play free. So at the end of the day, just kind of want to get you guys' thoughts if maybe reflecting on the entire season is the best thing for him right now, or just kind of let him play football.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. It's a good point. Mm-hmm. Self-scouting this week. Don't we always do this? Don't we always have these conversations about what his head is thinking, where he's at, if he feels completely free to do whatever, if he's doubting things, if he's too conservative. When he gets in these games, he runs and he takes off. Mm-hmm. So,
although he might have a foot injury now, but it's good to get a week off. I'm sure.
Sure, it's supposed to be better than it's been.
Yeah.
Will he not take one of those turning back sacks because it's a playoff game and he's more likely to lower his shoulder and try and drive through the guy?
Right, he'll run.
He'll say, it's not week 10. I'm not trying to make something good. I'm going to slam through this player. I'm going to run through his face because it's the playoffs.
Right. I don't, do you feel like they can go all the way and win the Super Bowl without him having a game where he does crazy things like that?
No.
Successfully?
Can he game manage to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
No one really does.
But that's kind of how they go into games wanting to play at the outset, right? Maybe just trusting that he'll know when and where to pick his spots to be, the dangerous Josh.
Well, there's been a trend this year. Allen's best games come against the best quarterbacks. Right?
Right.
His best games are
Mahomes, Jackson, Mayfield, Burrow. Was he good against Burrow? The Bengal game? Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. Drake May.
Does he think that Trevor Lawrence is good? Here's the new game plan. Instead of the self-scout, just show Allen highlights of Trevor Lawrence carving up defenses.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, okay, I know what I have to do.
Right.
Should they go into this game thinking they've got to put a number on the board? Do you go into this game thinking ball control? I go back to
the Chief playoff game?
Yeah, 2 years ago, the Chief playoff game that I'll still tell you I hated since the day it happened. Everything about it all the way through, when every 2nd and 2 was a run and every 2nd and 1 was a run. And they were playing to keep Mahomes off the field. Now, they were doing that because they didn't have linebackers. Okay, I had a reason. Mm-hmm. This defense is missing some pieces, but I don't think this defense is missing enough to play to protect it.
Correct. Yep.
And they've played well enough down the stretch that, let's just go play a game.
Right.
I don't want to control the clock. I know I can, and if I get in front, these long drives will help, but I don't want to go into the game thinking I need to control the clock and I need to keep them off the field in the way they did in the playoff game 2 years ago.
They are more built to play that way than they were then, though, aren't they? With their grounded. I mean, that's just how much they run the ball now successfessly compared to where they used to be. I guess the play calling is really what matters most there, right? What are you doing on 2nd and short?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they are going to run it, then I'm going to think, oh, yeah, they don't. Shouldn't they, though, that game, they had no faith that they were going to stop the Chiefs through the air. Should they have faith that they'll show up and they'll have the answers and they have enough personnel to stop the Jaguars' pass attack. Because if you believe that going into the game, then you don't play that way on offense. But if you don't believe that, if you go into the game thinking, I think we're about to get lit up, that's when you start playing that way on offense. And I would imagine they think they can stop them. So I doubt going into the game they'll play that way. Maybe they adjust if it's evident, like, Tre'Davious White, they keep getting Brian Thomas on him, and that's an athletic mismatch. Or Myers is exposing Taron Johnson in the slot or something. Like, it could adjust going in once the game is rolling. But I would be surprised if the Bills didn't think going into the game that they could do a good job against the Jags pass offense.
This is also an offense that I think is capable of doing some things that the Chiefs have been capable of doing. And by that I mean, when the Chiefs always have the answers, why do they have the answers? Their quarterback is very good, and their play caller is very good, and there are players that they can get mismatches. So I'm thinking, does Liam Cohen think he can do, again, he's not Andy Reid, and Trevor Lawrence is not Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily need to be those guys to just get Xavier Worthy on DeMar Hamlin in the red zone to get a free score.
Right.
Like, is Cohen thinking, I've got a certain number of opportunities I'm going to get where I'm going to try and get Parker Washington on Tre'Davious White in a good look, or Parker Washington on Taron Johnson, and think that's a good look for him. So what answers do the Bills have? Can they get to the passer? Can they speed up Lawrence's clock? These are all the questions that, I don't know, we'll find out on Sunday. Rob in Connecticut. Hey, Rob, good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Owen. And I already talked to Callie earlier. Be my eyes. How sweet was that goal last night by Samuelson?
Oh. Okay, so here you go, Rob. The Samuelson goal. Owen, what did you say about it? It was a goal scorer's goal.
It was, yeah. I mean, that he shot that puck from what is known as the Rockstar Zone.
There you go, Rockstar Zone. That's
right
what you
above the goal line, where there's no net to shoot at.
That's where I think what I said was you're not allowed to score from there unless you're a top 4 pick.
Right.
Like, you have to be Mitch Marner or Eichel or McDavid, Matthews, under the bar from tight. There's a reason Dunleavy reacted the way that he did.
Right.
And Rob Ray harkened back to Ilya Lyubushkin's breakaway goal.
Right.
Like, that guy just scored that goal.
It was incredible.
Nice.
There's a window of like 6 inches,
the size of a
fit
puck.
That puck.
Yeah,
it's literally sweet. Like the size of a puck.
That's sweet. I tell you, man, I miss seeing some of those sweet goals. But it sounded, just the reaction got me all fired up.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Anyways,
and it was huge. I mean, it's shorthanded. They're killing a 4-minute penalty kill with a 1-goal lead on the road, and they were getting. They were getting collapsed in the third period last night.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to touch on the game. It's a lot of curiosity for me. You guys were talking about pressure yesterday. I've been listening all week. I think the person that has the most pressure is Joe Brady, trying to come up with some play schemes that Jacksonville hasn't seen yet. What is he going to throw at the defense that they have not seen? Because you know that they've been studying films. So there's 3 wide receivers that I think are going to play a huge role in this game for us, and that is Brandon Cooks, because he proved himself in the Philadelphia game when he came up with some really nice catches in that game. So we know that he's capable, and the weather's going to be nice. The other person is Gabe Davis, and I also like Shakir. Now we've got the tight ends that we can utilize as well. I feel that if we can balance out the run game and the passing game, especially, I just have a funny feeling that Brandon Cooks is going to come up. There's going to be an explosive play or two in this game as far as if Joe Brady comes up with some play schemes. Stay away from the bubble screen. Also, our defense, I agree with you, Jeremy, as far as Bishop. I mean, he's come up big. I'm not worried about our defense at all. And Josh Allen just needs to cowboy up. Cowboy up, Josh. That's all you got to do is in this game. And I'm going to predict Buffalo 38, Jacksonville 35.
All right, 38. Is 38 the high number? They scored 41 against Baltimore. Say, like, it's been a while since they put up a 30. I mean, sure, the Jets, that doesn't count either. Sorry. So it's been a while since they put up that kind of number, and against a good defense. I guess Tampa, they put up a big number.
Yeah, Tampa's not a good defense.
No, they fell apart down the stretch. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll need Cooks.
I think I wonder, though, depends on what Jacksonville does. Does Jacksonville come out and do what Joe Marino mentioned they do on Wednesday, which is they just load up zone? It's all zone coverage. Because if it's all zone coverage, like, it's probably not a Cooks game. But if Jacksonville goes in thinking the way to defend the Bills is to man them up, and if they try to do that, then that's how you get your Cooks game, right? Like,
you hope. You hope.
Well, because he's the only one other than Kincaid and maybe who else? Who's the next name on the list?
I mean, that's it.
That's it. Like, those are my guys. If they decide, man coverage, that's how we beat the Bills. Like, suddenly it becomes a Cooks game. So I think it might be dependent on what Jacksonville attacks or, like, thinks is the best strategy to attack.
I think the game is going to be much lower scoring myself.
Than 38 to 35?
Oh, yeah. I think you're looking at 25-20, 24-20.
Where does the game rank in terms of over-under this weekend? It is number 1, 51.5.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
highest over-under of the week.
You've got good conditions. I saw a graphic. There's a cold front coming into Jacksonville for this game. There's a funny, like a Bills logo as a cold front. Like, this is perfect. There's a cold front coming in. You know what the temperature's going to be?
Like 60
It's
degrees.
not going to be 80. It's going to be 60. Like, that's freezing.
That's about what it is here today.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 by nightfall tonight. Like
tonight?
Yeah, it's going to get back into the 30s. Patrick in Kenmore. Hey, Patrick, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Happy New Year, and go Bills for sure. But my main focus on this is the head coach. And, I'm a little off the head coach, and a lot of people are on the head coach. And there was a question posed on the afternoon show a couple days. Could you imagine anyone other than McDermott coaching the football team in the new shiny stadium? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love the Bills, and I'm 53 to put it in perspective. But after a 17-year playoff drought, McDermott went down to Jacksonville and lost that game. 10-3, I think it was, something like that. But can you imagine how ironic that we lose, and I don't want us to lose, and he gets fired. I mean, Harbaugh got fired, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I mean,
Harbaugh missed the playoffs.
Josh Allen's in his prime. We cannot afford to waste Josh Allen. So I'm tired of culture. I'm tired of defend our dirt. I'm tired of complimentary football. Nothing short of a Super Bowl appearance would save this guy's job, in my opinion. Thanks for taking my call,
Patrick,
guys.
can I just ask you one question? I mean, I think it's totally fine to say that if you want. Who would you prefer they hired? Who do you think they should hire? Do you have a name?
Mike McDaniel, Jim Harbaugh.
All right, John Harbaugh. Thanks, Patrick. On McDaniel, like, he's going to get an offensive coordinator job somewhere pretty quickly. I think McDaniel's funny. I don't think that's a good idea from him as head coach, and we've taken a lot of calls on him as the offensive coordinator going forward. I don't think that's the case either. Like, it just doesn't seem to me like a fit. I kind of like Mike McDaniel. I think he's a quirky guy. He gets made fun of a lot for his appearance and his mannerisms, but he's got a quarterback that everybody thinks stinks.
Yeah.
And he put out a good offense, and his GM made a mess of his roster and his draft picks, and every year that they got roasted and they were left for dead, they kept playing for him. And Marcel Louis-Jacques, who covers the Dolphins, I think he wrote today, he posted on Twitter, formerly covered the Bills, that he's so well liked in the community and that not just community, but in the building. He's really, I want to say, like, almost beloved by players and staff. So I think he's a good football mind. I think he's a good hire for a lot of teams. I just don't think this is the one.
Which I think he is. I mean, that's the experience that I would want, and I think this head coach would go for. And that over a first-time coordinator. By the way, did you see Davis Webb got an interview in Baltimore yesterday?
Head coach?
For head coach.
Yeah.
So, I doubt he'll get that job. But, yeah, like, I don't know. If they move on from Brady this offseason, I don't see why it wouldn't fit. Experienced coordinator that has a good track record, has worked for Kyle Shanahan. Like,
I'm not
him
telling
and
you,
Sean McDermott have always talked about each other having mutual respect. Their relationship has never been – there's never been bad blood between those two, unlike maybe other coaches that – he never made a comment about McDaniel like he did Belichick.
Right,
so, what am I really standing on that says that McDermott wouldn't hire him?
I'm not telling you I would be against it. I'll just say that I'd be very surprised.
Okay.
McDermott, mutual respect is other than the Belichick comment, who doesn't he have mutual respect for? Who does he not think is any good? That he's said that. Like, does Sean McDermott get out of bed and say, I have respect for people? Like
he said something about Vrabel this year when Vrabel made that comment about the refs, right? Like Mike can say what, like he said it wasn't that much,
sure,
but he didn't seem particularly pleased with Vrabel talking about the officiating after the game.
And to the point, like about anything short of a Super Bowl and McDermott's got to go. It depends. Like if they lose 20-13,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Like that's not. I know the buck stops at the head coach, but if their offense is what does them in, which is very rare this season, it is what happens. If it happens in a playoff game, I just think the conversation is different. You got plenty of Bills fans that think McDermott makes every decision over there, and Brandon Beane just calls Sean and says, "What do you want?" He does everything he wants, and I think this year we have seen that is just definitely not true. It's been more pronounced or more obvious than ever before that, as happens in lots of NFL front offices, they are two different people with two different maybe visions. They collaborate. They might work together. But this is not a McDermott says jump and Bean says how high. That's just not how it works.